Everybody, and welcome to this round of the Super Metroid Randomizer Accessible Tournament. We've got a really cool one for you here today. We've got FenixDown versus Diddy, and this is a match within the mouse bracket. So, for those who may not be aware, that is the middle bracket of our tournament. We had a 7-round Swiss event, and then based on our players' performances, they were sorted into 3 categories: the top or rat bracket, the middle or mouse bracket, and the bottom or gerbil bracket, to try and ensure we get some more even matchups throughout. Yep, and both of our players are underway right now. Yep, first we're going to be finding the first item here. Morph Ball is always at its vanilla location. However, every item after this is randomized. It could be said the Morph Ball is also randomized as well. It's just randomized with exactly one possible location for it. Not a very exciting, to draw from a deck of 1 card. We do find a missile here, though. Not really what you want to find, honestly, but there are more missiles than any other item in the game. Ideally, our runners want to find power bombs here within the next couple checks, so that they can check Billy Mays as well as behind Morph and below Mother Brain. However, it's not looking like that's going to happen. We do find Space Jump, though. Alright, and Diddy does go back for that reserve tank. A little bit of extra health early game is always nice. And it would certainly be easy enough to get with that space jump being there now. So this does mean that at some point in the game, unless our runners find everything they need before they would go back and check it, our runners will have to decide where they want to route in Retro Brinstar. If they have enough power bombs, then they can just do a quick dip here after Brinstar if they so desire. However, if this does end up being a low power bomb seed, that's significantly less likely. Alright, and there's our first power bomb pack. We had to find either bombs or power bombs here, so it's not too surprising. It's pretty unlikely for bombs to be there. It would have been interesting though, effectively a pure, just vanilla game BT fight there. And FenixDown has decided against going to check landing site power bombs. I wonder if Diddy's gonna go check them. No. It's somewhat uncommon, and Diddy is skipping 230. We know that it's just a missile pack, but wow. That's really bold. Oh, and it looks like FenixDown maybe has remembered those landing site power bombs and is going to go for them now. This could be a pretty significant advantage. Even in the event that Phoenix doesn't find anything here, that's still a little bit of extra knowledge that he has. Alright, nothing important in the back of Gauntlet. And Diddy Kong just damaged himself through those pirates. I don't know about that, honestly. Yeah, like, see, he's immediately farming up right here, so I just feel like that's not especially worth. Yeah, and he took a bunch of hits from the little Kago bugs. So his health situation isn't looking phenomenal. Probably be farming for missiles if he missiled them anyway, yeah. I guess that's true. Either way, Diddy does have that reserve. He still needs to be a little bit careful here, though. Yeah, I agree. I like farming up to full health. I feel like there's not really a better place to farm here. Like Diddy could farm on the Zebo here. That's really slow, though. Yeah, and see, already, like, he's using up a power bomb here. So that's a lot of extra time. And grapple beam. Now that's interesting. That gives us access to get over the moat. However, we have not nearly met the requisite E-Tank requirement. Spring Ball certainly acts as a worst room in the game item. Could allow us, or excuse me, we already have Space Jump. Spring Ball isn't doing anything for us logically. However, at the moment where we only have 5 power bombs, it can seriously alleviate some of those power bomb concerns. Alright, and Diddy finds that E-Tank. He'll be really happy to see that. He does have to leave an item check behind, though. We still haven't found any supers. Yeah, see, Diddy's a genius. He didn't need to farm up because he knew he was just going to get an E-Tank here. It's that cosmic brain play. Alright, and Diddy is also already skipping missiles. It's always interesting to see when people decide to start bailing out on those missile locations. For me, I do like to get around 15 to 20, and then I figure from there, any other missiles I need, I'll accidentally run into somewhere. But I think it really all comes down to playstyle and what you want. And Diddy finds Charge Beam. That will disincentivize ammo pickups. Obviously, for a while, they'll still be really good. Certainly, as long as we don't have any other beams. So there's actually not a lot that Diddy can really do here. Huh. Now this is awkward. I hope he doesn't go down. Yeah, he's a missile short from opening that door. There we go. Yeah, so if supers are not here, and Diddy does have to be kind of careful here. You can certainly make the spark with this much health. It's kind of close though. And a power bomb drop, that's appreciated, but it's not what he needed here. So Diddy really has two choices here. He can assume that Spore Spawn Supers is the first super missile that he could come across, and go fight Spore Spawn, which is a long play, but if it's the only super available to him, that's what he would have to do. Or he can figure there's probably at least one super pack in Retro Brand and go that way. Retro Bryn is almost always the correct play. Spore Spawn is very time consuming. However, like with Spore Spawn being right there, I think it's very compelling. Oh yeah, Billy Mays is in logic with that space jump. I think Retro Bryn is absolutely the correct play here. Oh no! Alright, and one of the Varia tweaks, those speed blocks actually do stay broken. So Diddy can just wall jump back out of there. He had enough health to Shine Spark out of there, but I figure it just makes sense. He's probably going to refill the ship anyway. Or he could just be gung-ho. So here's where I'm curious. When does Diddy route, or does Diddy route in the landing PBs? If he does that, he refills at ship and then goes. What you would probably do is you would charge a Shine Spark, refill at the ship, and then Shine Spark up to landing site PBs. I think 1E tank is enough for that. Okay, so Diddy either does not want or isn't thinking about those landing site power bombs. And I have to imagine here, Diddy is praying that he did not find supers at 230, because he knows that's a location that Phoenix will have checked. As we knew though, it was just missiles. Yeah, and now he is checking landing site. This is kind of interesting routing. Okay, so Diddy doesn't want to burn the health, just wants to space jump up there. I think that's fine. doesn't lose you too much time, and landing site PBs can be pretty scary. And that's spring ball. What a great item. Yeah, and I like Diddy just taking this nice and slow. The game expects you to have 2 more suits here to access this location than Diddy does. And now we see the gauntlet play. This is 100% not the logical first supers. However, it could still be a super pack, so you might as well check it while you're here. And we do see Phoenix doing the same. Our runners are almost synced here. Holy crap. Okay, that's true. Not 100%. We could find screw attack at Billy Mays or something. Yeah. I guess. Yeah, I guess it would be more accurate to say that Gauntlet here was 100% not the next step in the logic chain. Oh, Diddy, be careful. Yeah, I honestly kind of like FenixDown continuing through here. Like, at this point in the game, it seems that E-Tanks are at a little bit of a premium. And Retro Brinstar is not necessarily an easy area. Like, you have to get past those 3 big side hoppers that deal 80 damage per hit. If you don't feel comfortable with it, like, it's not even a huge time difference. You know, we see Phoenix here, our runners were basically synced up, and now Phoenix has actually taken the lead. Just by a little bit. Alright, those supers are still at large. And this is just an incredibly close race. Like, we are 17 minutes in, and we are room for room right now. However, once our runners do find that super pack, which there are only a couple places it can be at this point, and once we do find the super pack, our runners have options. They have to decide how much, if any, of Brinstar they want to go back and clear. We have quite a few locations in Big Pink. We have what? We have Mission Impossible, Spore Spawn Supers, and Wave Gate Room. So all of those are items that can be checked, as well as Edicoons. There's 1 check there. Alright, well at this point we are 50-50 on finding the rare Green Hill Zone first super. Or no, we're not 50-50. That's right, it could still be Spore Spawn. We could see a required Spore Spawn at this point. I'm not sure how many, if any, we've seen of those so far this tournament. Well, we either have Green Hill Zone, or Spore Spawn. Is Diddy Kong going for the speed keep here? Oh. Ah. Oh well. Well, Zeb, you called it though with that rare Green Hill Zone super. And now it's just the question of how many checks will our runners do? Alright, and FenixDown got that Spore Spawn skip first try. At this point, when supers are at a premium, you really don't want to be wasting them here. And a wave beam to put the location immediately above in logic. This is interesting. Oh, just a missile peck. Yeah, another sort of interesting, I guess, sort of aspect of the gameplay right now, there's another super missile, very nice, is with only having that one super pack and having to make all of these checks, if you're used to doing super strategies on the big side hoppers with one piece shot followed by a super, then that could really hurt you here, where you can't afford to do that. Oh, that was a nice mock ball, Diddy. Nicely done. That was a really short hop, actually. Shoutouts to Diddy for that one. Yep, and we see a route divergence here. And high jump boots. So this is I don't want to just keep saying interesting, but it is really interesting. High jump boots will not keep FenixDown from doing anything. We had that early logical space jump, so these high jump boots don't quote unquote do anything. However, they also just happen to be one of, if not the best movement items in the whole game. Like, especially since we have already found speed, high jumpless speed movement is kind of miserable, whereas high jump with speed just feels like how the game was intended to be played. Mostly because it is. Yeah, that is true. If we find it, it's possible for us to find a situation where we get an early Varia, and I win 100,000 points, but also, but also Diddy is able to go and do an earlier Lower Norfair compared to Phoenix. Ooh, and Phoenix eats those two-door transitions. It's really frustrating having a wave here, especially since it's something that does not come up in the base game. I guess unless you're doing reverse beam mortar. Right? Or what is reverse beam mortar? If he finds ice, he can suitless. I'd love to see it. I always love to see suitless. That's why Rando League's great. However, I do think that suitless Meridia can definitely be viable in SMRAT. You have to feel very confident in your suitless Meridia, though. Oh, okay, so reverse beam order is based on the order you pick it up in old route, not the quote-unquote intended order, or... What is the intended order? When are you supposed to pick up wave? I guess it's after you get grapple. Anyway, we got a Kraid fight coming on screen here. Okay, reverse that. Yeah, because you could, like, get high jump boots, go back, kill Kraid, go back a little bit, get Spazer. That's true. Sometimes it's hard to remember how the game was originally intended to be played. Ooh, Phoenix unfortunately couldn't pull off the Kraid quick kill there. Takes Kraid down pretty quickly though. And just a missile here. Yeah, it's worth noting, the ammo situation at this point is still a bit sparse. And Charge Wave isn't really how you want to be playing a lot of this game. If you are comfortable with X Factors, then that can actually be sort of a nice thing to see. However, X Factor strats aren't really something you can improvise, so if you haven't practiced them a ton for something like any percent, then you really shouldn't go for them. But there's Varia. I'll be taking those points, Thornito. Now, wow, that's... So that does make things more interesting. Unless gravity is in Norfair, which is very possible, like at this point, is extremely possible. But if if gravity is not in Norfair, then we could definitely see Diddy goes down, does lower Norfair significantly earlier than Phoenix. However, that also comes down to what loadouts Diddy feels comfortable with. Lower Norfair is not an easy location, you know, it's the toughest rooms in the game. That screw attack will certainly help out with lower Norfair though. Did he get health bombed there? Was he like just at the cusp for health bomb? Yep, Diddy picks up his Varia now. Oh, okay, just full on missiles and PBs. Yeah, I thought Diddy was just a little bit too... Or, oh, Diddy had reserves. Now, if Diddy decides to leave this ice beam until potentially later on, when he's leaving Norfair, that could gain him some significant time compared to Phoenix. And Diddy denies the reserve tank there. I don't know about that one. As much as I don't care for reserves, I think when I'm at 3 tanks, I'm picking up that reserve. And another reserve. Oh, Diddy has 2 already. Oh, so that means that we now know the location of every single reserve. Yeah, I do think in a situation where I'm sort of thinking about a lower Norfair play with only Varia, I would want to take that reserve. But if Diddy feels comfortable with it, then absolutely good for him. Yep, and Phoenix is getting very close to that magical 30 super count. 30 supers being the required amount to take Ridley down using only supers. Yeah, I don't know if Diddy's going Croc here. This is just the faster way to access Bubble Mountain. Or not, I mean Ridley. The faster way to access Ridley. But Diddy is going Croc. This is interesting. Wow, yeah. Suddenly, Phoenix's ammo situation looks so much better. And it looks like Diddy is actually going for the wraparound shot. So nothing so far here from the Croc bet. Meanwhile, the supers just keep on coming. Like, Phoenix entered Norfair with not even enough supers to kill Ridley, and now he's almost at beat the game ammo. Wow, that is huge. So Diddy's croc play will really pay off here. Now here's where things do get just a little bit awkward. Is Diddy only has 20 supers at this point. So if he wants to go straight to Lower Norfair, it's gonna be a kind of a rough crate fight. Or crate. It's gonna be a rough Ridley fight. 20 supers is a little more than what you need to kill Kraid. Alright, and Phoenix is doing Croc right now. So if Diddy does decide to clear Bubble Mountain, Phoenix is actually in a pretty good spot just by virtue of being closer to Lower Norfair when he comes out of this Croc. Yeah, see, Diddy is going through some extra rooms here that Phoenix will not have to contend with. However, Diddy does still have those high jump boots, and that's really important to remember throughout all this. Like, I would argue that Lower Norfair, maybe more than anywhere else, is where you see those high jump boots being really useful. Yeah, and so with just these checks, Diddy now has 30 supers, so where will he go? He could decide to get speed and wave potentially on the way out. Yeah, looks like that's what he's gonna do. So at this point, Diddy has a definite lead. However, I would not call this anything close to definitive. Like, Phoenix could make up this time in a flash. There are so many things that can happen now. Alright, yep, and there Phoenix picks up his gravity. At this point, it's just a beeline to Lower Norfair. Yes, both of our runners checked grapple. Unless Phoenix skipped it. I thought Phoenix checked it though, right? Yeah. And Diddy is skipping Mickey Mouse. Yeah. With Ice Beam at large, it's complicated what checks you want to make. Like Diddy is in go mode here. However, Ice Beam saves him a ton of time. Alright, so Diddy went down the elevator at 38:41. Phoenix went down at 40:08. So there's less than 2 minutes difference between our runners right now. Yeah, Plasma would be really good to find. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, like, if Diddy finds Plasma behind Ridley or something, if at that point he just decides to go mode it, you know, I don't need to check Bubble Mountain, I can just go through the rest of the game. Alright, and Diddy opens up with the 1 X Factor. If you don't even have to go into the pause menu, you might as well, that's just free time. I wonder if Phoenix Down is leaving that E-Tank there to save it potentially for Lower Norfair Escape. I think that can be a good strategy for runners, especially since Ridley doesn't always like to be the most forthcoming with health drops. Oh, I really don't like Diddy deliberating here. Like, I think if you skip this E-Tank, it's fine. If you leave it, it's fine. But if you're thinking for more than 1 second about whether you should pick something up, you should probably just pick it up. It's like Diddy got the stand up there for, or the setup for the Wasteland deboost, and then maybe decide a better of it. And Ridley goes down for Phoenix. So Phoenix is hot on Diddy's tail, and Diddy still will likely check Wasteland, or excuse me, Wave and Speed. So I think we could see Phoenix take the lead here. And Diddy skips Fire Fleas, but checks Jail. I wonder what Phoenix will do. Diddy is skipping wave. Yeah, I wonder if he's go moding this now. If he can pull it off, I think that's a good idea. I think he should only check sort of quite easy stuff at this point. For example, I like Aqueduct as a check just because it's on the same screen and it's 2 items. Yeah, and Diddy did take a couple farms there. I wonder if Diddy knows X Factor strats for Botswoon and Dragon. I'm not sure how practiced he is with any percent. Yeah, that's true, even if you do know X Factor strats. Alright, and Diddy tried to go for the short charge there. I guess he wanted to face check what ended up being a super missile. There's that ice beam. And yeah, wow, that's going to be sort of a weight off of both of our runners' shoulders. Provides a simpler Zeb skip experience compared to speed. Makes Turian so much nicer as a whole. And for Diddy especially, provides some much needed damage for charge shots. And Botswoon's being a bit of a meanie here. Well, what a hitbox. No ammo misses about 45-ish charge shots. Well, that super there will help him. I don't know about this farming here though. Like Diddy does have that grapple beam. I guess it provides some security. So Diddy will be leaving Meridia with 50 supers. Oh no, Phoenix! Yeah, and he's resetting the room to just try and get a super from a mock droid. Oh, was that it? No, it was just a regular. At this point, I think this is actually kind of unlucky for Phoenix. I believe those mock droids have a fair chance. I think it's like 1/3 or something of dropping a super. Maybe it's 20%. 25%? Okay. Yeah, so this is pretty unlucky actually. This really hurts Phoenix. Especially with the race being so close. Alright, now Phoenix has all he needs. That hurts him so much. Like, at this point, especially since at this point Phoenix is only... What, he'll be like 8 missile packs ahead? Excuse me. He'll be like 8 missile packs or two super packs and 2 missiles ahead of Diddy ammo-wise. So Diddy has pulled out a very strong lead as a result of that unfortunate super management and then unfortunate super luck there from Phoenix. And Dragon does not want to go here. There we go. Oh! Phoenix forgets that he has screw attack. You can still grapple with screw attack. You just have to be sure not to spin jump. Alright, good. Diddy Kong remembers he still has Fantoon to go. Hopefully he grabs those supers on the way out, though. Yeah, no Fantoon skip. Only I'm allowed to do that. And Phoenix is skipping those supers, or did he grab them on the way in? It was a bit fast, I couldn't quite tell. The commentator stream is a bit small today, unfortunately. You skipped them. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, unfortunately Diddy's gonna have to take some more time on this Fantoon fight being out of missiles. Basically even. Interesting. I will cede to your judgment. That's not the phrase, to defer to your judgment. Anyway, yeah, Diddy's struggling a fair bit with this Fantoon. This could allow Phoenix an opportunity to catch up. And I'm not sure. Alright, Fantoon goes down. There we go. I'm not sure if either of our runners know how to baby skip, but we are close enough that that could prove incredibly significant. Yeah, so to answer a question from the chat, SMRAT stands for Super Metroid Randomizer Accessible Tournament. So this is a Super Metroid Randomizer tournament, meaning all of the items are shuffled around in other locations, but there is an underlying logic behind it, which is where the accessible part comes in. It is a very kind logic. So, for example, you would never find Varia in somewhere like Norfair behind heated rooms. Items will always be accessible using only tricks from the base game. That was a nice Doppler there from Phoenix. Yeah, a more basic preset compared to something like, say, the various Rando League weeks. Alright, so Diddy's refill is 5712. We'll have to see where Phoenix ends up. And now, with that, Diddy is on to Turian. FenixDown is definitely behind here. It's possible for him to make it up just with pure movement. I think he never got those high jump boots. He can't baby skip, so he wouldn't even be able to make it up with something like that. It's pretty hard for him to gain time at this point, to the extent to catch up to Diddy. Oh, did Phoenix skipped Ice Beam? Yeah, barring disaster, then there's not really much that Diddy could do to lose this one. No, yeah, Phoenix has Ice Beam. Yeah, I believe Phoenix was roughly 2 minutes behind. But yeah, yes, Phoenix has Ice Beam. Alright, Diddy's setting up for Baby Skip. Let's see it. That's not good enough. Yeah, unfortunate. However, with Phoenix never having picked up those high jump boots, Baby Skip is not even an option, really. Yeah, at this point, especially with incredibly similar loadouts, there's not really anything Phoenix can do. Ooh, Diddy does Kojak a couple supers there. That will make his fight a little bit longer. And if he's the kind of runner that does math, that could be an issue. Alright, and Diddy went for the spring ball Baby Skip there, which notably does not require spring ball. Alright, and Diddy has a pretty decent chunk of health to work with for this fight. Obviously, things can get really scary really quickly. Like, we see a triple hit catch-up beam, for example, and suddenly things aren't looking so great. However, Diddy has allocated 15 super missiles to just get through that catch-up phase as quickly as possible. Alright, and Diddy makes it through. Alright, FenixDown is working on his own fight. Alright, Phoenix is through as well. Both of our players have made it past Mother Brain 2. Well done. This was such a close race, though. Good lord. And just a reminder, in the bracket stage, these games are best of 3, although I don't believe the next game will be played today. I'm not sure if it's been scheduled yet. So Diddy will be leaving this game 1 with a win. However, this match is not decided yet at all. Like, I think that this first game indicated just how close these two runners are in skill level, so you will not want to miss games 2 and potentially 3. Thanks, Zero. Alright, and Diddy Kong has just finished in first place with an official SRL time of 106.21. GG. We unfortunately will not be hearing an interview from him. However, GG to him, congrats on the win, and best of luck in the future rounds. Alright, Phoenix is most of the way through the escape now. And I would like to use this time to remind you to be sure to go follow both of our runners. Go follow FenixDown23. Go follow Diddy Kong. They've both put on a great show for you. Also be sure to follow the Restream team. Mujic has been doing double duty on Restream and tracking, and I've been Glove on comms. Be sure to follow Speedrunners Arena as well for more SMRAT action as we continue onward through this tournament. And if you would really like to, I believe right after this at 6 p.m. EST in less than an hour, you can watch Phoenix Down race again, this time as part of Rando League, representing Team Gravity Skip, I believe. And that'll be over on Speed Gaming too. So there's just so much Super Metroid action going on right now. Is this gonna be a forfeit from Phoenix? Alright. And Phoenix Down has forfeited from the race here. GG. What a way to go, though. All right, looks like we will be joined by FenixDown for an interview. See if we can get that set up. All right, and we are joined by FenixDown. GG.
Gee. Oh man, with how close this makes me feel like not getting that super missile drop was the deciding factor there at the end.
Yeah, I think that super missile drop, right up until that point, you were right on Diddy's tail.
So that was a last logical place for supers to be, right? I mean, I know I went and checked Gauntlet, which obviously the first logical couldn't have been there, but the tube was first logical supers, and that's where they were.
It
And
was, yeah, it was almost last logical location. It could have been Spore Spawn.
right, but Spore Spawn was Wave Beam, so
Yeah,
that was first logical super was in the tube there. That's
yeah, it
crazy.
was the first logical
I can't
super.
remember an SMRAT seed where I spent 30 minutes looking for super missiles.
Yeah, it was really something.
So, I mean, at that point, the decision is you either do the pink cleanup or you just leave, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I think getting wave helped there, but I don't know if it was worth the time going back to Big Pink just for wave. Did we ever see what was that, Edicoons? Just
High
curious.
jump.
High jump boots. Oh, well, that would have helped. So, that would have been worth going back for.
Yeah, so because of Diddy going back and getting this high jump boots, you were ahead of him for a fair bit of time. Then you cleared Bubble Mountain. Diddy Kong went straight to Croc.
Hmm.
And then I think in Bubble Mountain he only did Norfair Reserve. So it was at that point that he pulled ahead of you.
Yeah, I really wanted to do Croc first, but then I thought, oh man, I've skipped Cathedral so many times. I have to. Cathedral was literally what made me go do Bubble Mountain before Croc.
Yeah, I've lost races to Cathedral before. You know, it's not a good way to go out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was it thinking about that seed, it could have been really fast if we didn't have to hunt for supers forever. That could have been a super jet seed, which would have been fun. But hey, it's always fun. I mean, GG to Diddy. Said that he couldn't come in here for the interview. Winning match one in these is a huge advantage, so I'm gonna have to pull out all the stops, I guess, and make some nice skips.
Yeah, best of luck to you in game 2 and potential game 3. And best of luck to you in what, like 45 minutes on your Rando League race?
Yep. I should probably start getting ready for that. It's a
Yeah.
huge swing going from SMRAT to branching route rando. So
I bet. Yeah, I told my teammates they could do branching route rando. I'm not having any of that.
yeah, yeah, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, thanks for getting this restream together last minute. I know that it wasn't on the schedule to be restreamed, so I really appreciate it. Glove on commentary, and looks like Music did the restream and tracking, so double duty there. So appreciate it. Thanks everyone.
Yeah, and thank you for racing. Best of luck, and GG on your performance today.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
And with all of that out of the way, that's all we have for you today for right now, right here on Speedrunners Arena. I believe at 6 p.m. we might have a race going if we can get a restream together. Yeah. Until then, I believe we're probably going to raid somebody now. Be sure to follow both of our runners. Go follow the restream team. Follow the channel if you are so kind. Yep, looks like we're going to be raiding to called, so be sure to stick around for that. And from everyone here at Speedrunners Arena, have a great night, and we will see you next mission.